All right, Coach, doubleheader sweep here against UNF. Just kind of your overall thoughts on the day and night.
I thought that we hit the ball pretty decent in game one, but I still would have liked to see us play a little bit more solid. Too many freebies defensively, pitching wise, and I didn't think that we played as solid as we could have. So just had a firm talk with them, and I think then they had a firm talk with each other and came out looking a lot better in game two. So a solid start from Caitlin Cochran, and the bats came about in the first and the fifth inning, so can't complain about that. And I love shutouts.
And Caitlin Cochran, first career win, first career shutout, one hitter. I mean, I got to go back to maybe Aaliyah White, Shelby, or Mack as a sophomore throwing that good. What have you seen from her the last few weeks? Because she's been a different person. She talked about being much more confident. She's worked for this moment, but she's taken it to a different level here the last few weeks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've known that this has been Caitlin Cochran when recruiting her. I think it's just being able to, adjust to this game because it's a tough game. And she's worked so hard to perfect her command, really spot the ball, and utilize how well she spins the ball. So just worked hard. She's been such a great supporter of everybody else in the bullpen, and when her time came, she attacked it, and she's been executing very well.
What can you say about Jada Cody? She had that great series against Texas Tech, and then today with the 2-run homer.
Yeah. Jada's, she's just an awesome athlete. Her ability to make in-game adjustments, in-at-bat adjustments, and play her best in the biggest moments in the game are what's really special about Jada. And she puts the time and effort into it, and just really proud of what she's done and accomplished here and what she's continuing to do and will do even after her time here. But we're going to keep her here as long as we can. So, throughout the season. So we're going to enjoy those times. But she's meant for this game. She's just shown that she can play anywhere on the field, and she'll do whatever it takes for her team to compete and win.
What drove you to call Sona's number for that last at-bat?
Yeah. Well, as a pitch caller and pitching coach, just seeing Sona on the on-deck circle is like, ooh, you don't want to do that. I don't want to face that person. So that was one of the things, is just that presence. But, Sona's put in so much time. And, I heard her talk about Caitlin Cochran, and Sona herself has worked so much on the process. She's worked on her mental game, and, she's been put in some, high, intense moments in the game, and had a big hit against one of the best pitchers in the nation right now, Lexi Kilfoyle. And so I thought it was a good opportunity for her to do the same. And, anytime that we can finish the game early, we're going to try to do it. So it was great timing for her, and she executed well.
We haven't talked. Go ahead.
Did you know it was gone when it came off the bat?
I think I threw my hands up right away. So yes. Surprisingly, I'm a little embarrassed about it, but I literally think my hands went up as soon as it came off the bat. So, because I'll tell them to run hard until they, we tell them it's over. But yes, yeah.
Since we last spoke, you picked up your 200th win as UCF head coach, the fastest UCF head coach ever to get to 200 wins in the softball program. And then you got your 300th win as a head coach overall. You've passed those two numbers since, but what did those two milestones mean to you?
Well, those games were crazy, so they'll be very memorable. But I think it just means that I've been surrounded by really highly successful people, not only athletes, players, coaches, staff. I've been able to be surrounded with people that are driven and really want to be curious and accomplish as much as we can. And I just get to be a little part of that. So very proud of that. And I think that number, yes, it might be under my name, but I think it goes under our program, every athlete that I've coached here and before here. And just, a coach can have an idea and a plan, but the people that put it to work and actually have the intent and execute it, those are the people that really should have the dubs. So the wins under their belt.
Well, maybe unique that it would happen at Lubbock, since the coach
Yes.
you took over for coached at Texas Tech before coming here and starting the program. So maybe it was meant to be there.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always know those
You
little
faced
ties.
that. You faced her
I
at
did.
Texas Tech in
When
that
I was-
regional.
I think when I played, right?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
99.
Well,
Yeah.
back in that day, I don't even remember.
She was
I,
annoying.
don't- I know she was there, but
Yes.
I don't remember all the that stuff. I think I was just a young freshman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She called you an annoyer as a pitcher back then, ironically enough there. But
Still an annoyer.
what did that series mean? Because that was a good, talented Texas Tech team. It was a wild series, back and forth, so much emotion there. What were you most pleased about that series win?
Coming off of the last two series, before the previous series against Texas and Oklahoma State, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to stick together, stay to what we're doing, knowing that we're playing well enough, but we just haven't been getting the wins at the end of the game. And so for them to come back and just keep fighting was huge. Texas Tech, they're very supportive of their team and their school, and it's tough to play there. And I loved how our dugout stayed in our dugout, and they really stayed together, and they weren't done until the game was over. And you got to see that, especially in game 2, the 7th inning. We had 2 outs and scored all 7 runs, I believe, with 2 outs. So, when they put their minds to it and they believe, sky's the limit.
You got a quick turnaround. BYU, short-term
Yes.
big series. That's they all are in the Big 12. Is that one of the things you first learned in the Big 12? It seems like, I've talked to coaches, it feels like a regional every weekend. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. Everyone plays so hard. Everyone has talent. They have speed. They have something. They have an it factor, and that's why we're in the best conference in college softball. But I will say that it is every weekend is, and we're just keeping it as one. One is one, and that's kind of been our motto these last couple of days of one pitch, one game, one out, one at bat, whatever it is, and just leaving it at that. So it's hard to do these days because you're so exposed in such a great way. I mean, the fact that our game is exposed in so many ways is awesome, and it should continue to be that way because our game is, our sport. I'm biased, but our sport's the best sport out there. Fun to watch, high paced, and all of that. But to be an athlete in it is tough because when you're up, you look really good, and when you're down, you don't look good at all, and everyone knows. And so I think that's the toughest part, that even I can't understand what our athletes are going through at that time. Because they didn't even have YouTube. Facebook wasn't a thing until I think my senior year, and I still don't even know if I had one until years later. And so this is tough, and it's tough to win. The parity of the game is it's amazing. It's how it should be, and so it's tough to win any game. I don't care if it's a midweek, a conference game. It's just so hard to win right now, and just love how we're sticking together, fighting through it. And keep our chin up the whole time.
One more for Coach.
I just got a quick stat to get your thoughts on. We are going into this game. We were 5-0 when we were leading after one inning, and now we're 7-0 because we led after one inning in both games. Is that something you guys emphasize? Getting in the lead quick.
We've emphasized it. We've also talked about what I have noticed is we've kind of given up one big inning in the last couple of losses that have occurred, and so we've talked about that as well, of one is one, and that's kind of where that came from. But I actually didn't know that stat, so I mean, that's what we talk about, is getting the momentum of the game, dominating in the beginning, and then holding that momentum the whole time, and just we talk about championship innings in the end, where our pitcher should smell the barn. That's kind of what we talk about, and just going into throttle mode. And we haven't done it as much as we've done in the past this year. But again, they're still writing their story, and they're still figuring things out. I won't let them know that I understand that, but I'll still be tough on them. But they are still figuring things out, and we've got 5 weeks until the conference tournament to do that.
Best luck at BYU, Coach.